From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome award-winning, multi-platinum country music icon and star of the upcoming Fox series Monarch, Trace Adkins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Let's get this circus on down the road. We're taking bets about a tank and gas will go.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to All-Star 15 TV on the broadcast tonight. It is a hell of a special event. It is the Black Friday third time annual Interleague Classic. What's going on, everybody? In the broadcast booth with me tonight, it is my good buddy, Mr. Devin Mosley. Devin, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Got some late model races today. I've been looking forward to it.
Yeah, it sounds like you have. And let's get right into some of the information that you seem to have gathered throughout today's, preparation of events.
So preparing for the race today, ran a couple laps, a couple being more about 40, 50, get a feel for the car. The car is right, nice and snug tonight. It's really good for the weather we have going on in Indianapolis. You want to run that car a little above the last lane and make sure that it corners very well on exit so you get a good run down the straightaway. You can run about 21.2s, 21.3s, your fast stop times for the night.
So explain to how some of these drivers are running, because it definitely looks like a weird version of a car. Not a car, but a weird angle.
So these late model cars, which historically come from like the latest model of stock car, are no longer stock cars. You're driving these, new purpose-built race cars. These cars are very low to the ground and want to suck down with all the downforce they get. But at this track, instead of running the bottom line like you would at Martinsville, you're going to run one lane higher in the corners, that good grip and run off, because there's a slight amount of banking there than the bottom lane does.
All right, and I think you were going over some wonderful strategy and everything earlier. Do they have unlimited sets of tires?
last I checked, it does say they have unlimited sets of tires during the race. So while keeping track of your tires is going to be a good thing for the long run, so you don't want to burn them up too quickly, there will be tires in the pits for you in this 150 lap main.
Yeah, that big main event is going to be huge for everybody. But before we get there, we got to talk about all these heat races. It seems like everybody is going to make it to that feature race, but we need to figure out how and where these wonderful drivers are going to qualify. So we're going to have 2 attempts with qualifying, regular single car qualifying, and then after that we get to go see some heat racing. And I don't know about you, Devin, but when it comes to heat racing, that can get very intense, because it's not just, oh, you're going to start first or second. You're either going to start first or fifth or eighth. You know, there's a lot of places you can lose by just losing one position in a heat race. And I know I've seen you do it a couple times, just racing with you, Noah, Chase Schaefer, and all you guys over at the Thunderstorm League of Racing. But, you know, explain to how intense heat racing can get.
Heat racing is one of the best parts about late model racing. So in these heats, only 5 people out of each heat will advance. So that sets the starting field for the main race. So you want to advance as high as you can, as soon as you can. Everyone will make the race, but if you can win the first heat, you're set. You're golden for life. Get the pole right there. But if you get 6th place, and then next race you get another 6th place, you're just dropping further and further back in line because you keep missing out on that cutoff.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what people do. We just got a couple more minutes in practice, and looking at this driver, Trevor Edwards in the 32 on your screen right there, you know, he's ran about 82 laps, and for the majority of that has been from the beginning, you know, short run, and now he's had several long runs where he's seen his best time from a 21:33 all the way to a 21:77, which he just ran right there. So these tires, these Hoosier tires, do wear, but it doesn't look like they wear a lot. It looks like there's a lot of grip throughout a period of time.
Yeah, these tires don't fall off a cliff like you might see in like NASCAR this year, where you run 30 laps and all of a sudden you have no grip at all. It's a very slow decline from 21.6 maybe to 21.9, and you just got to take care of it so you're not leaning your right front too much. That's where you see that steep drop off in your lap times. But
Yeah,
this
right.
guy's like me. You got to run a nice chunk of laps so you know how your pace is.
Looks like we possibly have a couple rooms out separately. Because there's the 33 of Isaac Johnson, and then you have Evan Locke in the 062 with Trevor Edwards right behind him, putting a lot of pressure. Evan Locke running a beautiful Revline scheme. He's run about 60 laps, but only can get that down to a 21.86. Now, talk about the features, Devin. How long are these features? I know they're 25 minutes in length, but what is the lap count in them?
So the lap count for each of these heat races will be 30 laps, and after 30 laps, we'll take the top 5, and those guys will advance. And, you know, the longer you sit, maybe it's not a good thing, because, you know, you'll be, you know, pulled on your driving skills. At the same time, you have that better starting position, so some things are more important than others for some people.
Yeah, and practice is over. We're getting ready to go heat racing here on All-Star 15 TV. When we return, or not even, we're going to go right to it. Ha! I lied. It's qualifying time. So, and qualifying here is going to be very, very, very important to start higher up in these heat races. And first off, it's Presley Soren in the 98 McConey Setup Shop Chevy. We're going to actually take you to an onboard camera on this number 98, so you can kind of see what they're dealing with, the lines they're taking. If I can find where it says cockpit. There it is. Here it is. Coming out of turn 2. He is fighting that wheel.
Yeah, you're gonna see guys pushing it a lot in these qualifying times because just being up front and being able to have some cushion to that cutoff line is gonna be really helpful, really key for this race.
He's going to go P1 just for the time being with a 21:59. That would have put him about 6th or 7th place in practice.
And there goes Kevin Dick to the top of the board with a 21:293.
That's a very fast lap. Going to take a look at this 33 of Isaac Johnson. And Isaac Johnson's only going to go with a 21.6. Andrew Moore with a very good fast lap. He looks like he's driving an SRX car, which, yep, that's exactly what it is. Those were fun to watch.
Oh yeah, I love SRX racing. It was a great race series. Hope to see them again next year.
Mike Robinson, that name should sound familiar to you, driving that Agent Inc. Racing number 29. He's going to get back to the line, and does he improve? Yes, he does, but still stays in that 13th position. Mr. Arca himself, Brayton Lester, in the 03 pink, I think that's Ford Fusion. On his second lap, does he better? No, he doesn't. He's going to stick in that 9th position. Just a reminder, everybody, this is just qualifying. We'll get to your heat races immediately after this. Thank you for tuning into All-Star 15 TV. This is a Black Friday special, an interleague juggernaut race. You're looking at Trevor Edwards in the 32, down the backstretch into turn 3 for the final time in qualifying. And he's driving a Cadillac. Huh.
Yes, he is.
Haven't seen one of those on the racetrack before. And on his second lap, he will only go... Oh, he will go P2. P2 with a 21.32 only. There's Evan Locke once again, running that high side like you were mentioning, cutting it down towards the exit, reverse diamonding the turn, and off he goes back to the line. He's going to go P8. Great qualifying effort there after his first lap. He's going to jump 9 positions into that 8th position. Kyle Martinson in the 07. After his second lap, both laps disallowed due to contact with the wall. And that's it with qualifying, so they're probably going to go through a driver's meeting. And we're going to go take a quick break. When we return, it is going to be heat racing time.
Let's get this circus on down the road. We're taking bets about a tank and gas will go.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
And we are back, everybody, and welcome once again to Indianapolis Raceway Park. It is heat racing time. So in our first heat, we are going to have Kevin Dick, Andrew Moore, Jordan Berry, Jacob Drift, Brayton Laster, Marco Evans, Scott Wise, and obviously not Devin Mosley. So, each heat race is 30 laps. Each heat race is 30 laps. I'm pretty sure caution laps do count. So I didn't see anything where it said they didn't. But
I didn't either.
are you guys ready? Devin, are you ready?
I know I'm ready.
I think we're going to get 2 pace laps when everybody grids up. I think we're just waiting on Kevin. Honestly, it's probably waiting for you too. But here is the grid on your screen. I did read it off, but there it is. 2 Canadians in the top 4 tonight. That's good to see. They come all the way down to Indianapolis Raceway Park. All right, just waiting on the pace car to get moving. Man, this is very, very much a short track. We're looking at 0.6 of a mile. Barely any banking. And you mentioned it earlier when you were talking about this racetrack. How much banking, and do you actually feel it?
There's not much banking at all. It's like being in Martinsville. But I will say this, when you're in Martinsville in real life, it actually is a lot more banking. You're standing on it. There's almost no banking on the apron, but once you get just above that first seam, all of a sudden you'll feel like the 5 to 10 degrees of banking right there is like gripping your tires and helping you make the corner. So there's banking there. You just can't see it.
And there goes the iRacing pace car. We are gonna be ready to go in just, I think, about 2 laps. There is your leader, Kevin Dick, followed by Andrew Moore. It's going to be to his outside. Jordan Berry's going to start in the 3rd position. Jacob Drift in the number 14 Drift King Dodge Charger. Marco Evans is going to start in that 6th position. Brayton Laster right there in the 03 is going to start in the 5th position. And then shotgun on this first heat feature, or heat, it's not the feature, is going to be the number 31, Scott Wise. All right.
Now, AJ,
what's up?
I did find out some information real quick. There is a fast repair in case somebody wrecks themselves a little early in this race, so be noted.
So is there a fast repair then in the heats as well, or is it only the feature they get it?
There's a fast repair for both.
Ah, that is good to know. And there goes the iRacing Mustang pace car, gonna duck for cover down pit road. All right, everybody, choose your character. Who is gonna win heat number 1? As we're waiting for... there it is! Green flag in the air, and they're going to zoom, zoom, zoom all the way down into turn 1. Dick with a very good launch into 1 and 2. Right behind him is Andrew Moore. First and second spread out very nicely. Going to go all the way back to that 3rd position. Going to have Drift right behind him, closing in for that 3rd position.
Yeah, Drift's in that nice Burger King throwback to Tony Stewart, and he's trying his best to keep a close eye on that 3rd place car, but he's currently locked in. What we have to really worry about is this battle for 5th between Brayton and Marco.
Yeah, Mr. Arca himself is currently outside of that top 5. Actually, I say that I shouldn't call him Mr. Arca. He ran a couple races in the Truck Series this year as well. But look back here. Maybe Scott Wise is playing it safe. I really don't know. He did put all this together, so kudos to him and Lauren. But he is very much off the pace by almost a second a lap.
Yeah, he's running 22.4s right now. I don't know his qualifying time. I guess I can look that up real quick. He ran a 22.3, so like this is just kind of his pace, I guess. Just keeping it easy, saving tires, and he'll be there at the end.
Yeah, we are spread out. We're going to jump on board with Jordan Berry to see how that number 25 is getting around IRP here. Man, look at that steering ratio. To go straight, he looks like he's trying to turn right into the crowd.
Yeah, there's a lot of toe in these vehicles. Help that car turn to the left, so you got to turn hard right, keep it straight.
Look how much they're sending it in, though. They are really sending these cars in.
That's the difference between these 30-lap heats and the 120-lap main. Right now, your tires don't matter. You can get away with abusement for 30 laps, but I don't know how long it'll last for 120.
Well, he's doing really good. He's getting to Andrew Moore. The thing is, once he gets to Andrew Moore, can he pass them?
Yeah, he's almost there. He's within 1 to 2 car lengths going into the corner. He's got to get that run off, and he'll be right there for the pass.
Yeah, you see it right there on your screen. Everybody, you are watching All-Star 15 TV on YouTube. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. If you subscribe to the channel, it's completely free, but then it unlocks the live chat feature where you can come talk to myself and Devin. So what say you? Come on, tell us who you think are going to win this feature, or this heat, and then the couple heats after this until we get to that 150 lap feature. But right now, Barry is really trying to get to Moore for that second place, and that is really the only battle we have on track right now.
Yeah, he's keeping it close.
Well, those last couple laps for Mr. Jacob Drift, he's been closing in that Dodge Charger. We've seen Chevys, we've seen Toyotas, we've seen Ford. We saw a Dodge Charger right there. We even saw a Cadillac. I wasn't expecting to see a Cadillac in the feature.
Yeah, this isn't the Daytona 24 hours, is it?
They had a couple more months, which I assume you guys are putting on a team, right?
Yeah, we are planning to put another team together and hope to go for a little higher position this year.
Yeah, really wish you guys the best. I'll be working as a crew chief spotter and broadcaster for HSR and their 2 ventures with the GT3 cars and the prototypes.
Well, good luck to you guys.
Yeah, last year was fun with you guys. I think I broadcasted, 8-9 hours of that with you guys?
Oh yeah, you're the life of the party, man.
Oh yeah, no, I'm pretty sure Noah's girlfriend at the time was the life of the party, but right here at IRP, you got Kevin Dick running away by almost 2 seconds. Second place right now, Andrew Moore. Third, Jordan Berry. Jacob Drift in fourth. Fifth right now is Brayton Laster. And Marco Evans has fallen back just a tad, but he's almost in trouble with Scott Wise here.
Yeah, Scott Wise is closed in just a little bit, and he's trying to look in for maybe 2 spots last seconds. We're approaching this halfway mark, but he's gotten in the wall a little bit on that right side.
Yeah, you could see that, how it's a little scrape there. That couldn't really be an issue aero-wise. This racetrack not really needing the aero, but you really need those tires to turn where you want them. If there's any toe damage, any tire rub, or something that can compromise that right front tire, you're gonna really start feeling it once these tires start going.
Yeah, that's the thing about short track races, and sometimes you want your tires to stay a little bit colder. This actually might be helping them in the long run.
Oh, as he kisses the wall again, as he gains a lot on Marco Evans right there. Oh, as he's going for the pass.
Lose. And he will complete the pass.
He definitely did. Let's see if he can get to Brayton Laster. He was just about 2.5 tenths faster than Laster right in that last lap and those last 2 laps.
Yeah, I got Scott Wise running a 22.6 to a 22.8, so he has the time.
Yeah, he's just got about 15 more laps. That would be really interesting to see if that 31 was just sitting back, saving his tires, not running like a bat out of hell. And now he's going to start making a charge to, because he only has to get to 5th place now.
Yeah, he's 1 spot shy.
Now, I'm pretty sure everybody gets to make it. But I think
that is what I've been told.
The final positions, if you're not top 5, go to a Consi and then, or a LCQ, but everybody advances after the LCQ.
That is correct.
But there's Mr. Kevin Dick just driving away, keeping Andrew Moore just about 2 seconds. Both these drivers looking to just just ride. Not doing nothing special. They know they're in. Don't make any mistakes.
Yeah, it's just free practice at this point for those guys.
That's exactly what it looks like. You know, nobody's really putting heat on anybody. You still got Marco within a second from Scott Wise. But then, you know, Wise isn't catching Laster anymore.
Yeah, Marco's picked the pace a little bit, and Scott Wise just ran a 22.3. He's coming to the line, so the left time he runs this time. Oh, he got loose. He saves it, though. Good job. But last lap, Brayton, he was running a 22.6. So it's like they're trading lap times almost, and they're not gaining anymore.
Oh, his Laster's in the wall. You saw it right there. He was in the wall in 3 and 4.
Yeah, he's running this high side, starting to come back to bite him now.
Yeah, but Scott Wise, not a good lap either. When he could have capitalized, he did not. Now, there is a lot of horsepower in these super late models. You really got to be careful on how hard you actually step on the gas.
Oh yeah, you got to be very nice with these cars. If you just step and it's going to cinder around. And, you know, these have a lot more horsepower, at least it feels like it, compared to the Cup cars these days.
Yeah, no kidding. These are very, very powerful. I've ran them a couple times. I kind of like the ARCA cars a little bit more, because I felt like if you were to step on these cars, you're spinning right out. At least with the ARCA car, you can get on it and just not lose the back of the car. Granted,
Yeah, at least a little bit.
You still have to be careful with how you get on it, but there's a little more leeway. But Kevin Dick just still pulling away with just about 5 laps to go, coming to the line now. I wouldn't be surprised if he puts maybe Marco a lap down before this is over.
Nah, if I caught Marco, I'd just back off and let him finish. You know, it's not worth wrecking your car and maybe losing the top spot over.
Yeah, you don't want to be that guy to be like, you didn't need to put me a lap down. You really didn't need to put me a lap down. Just riding right now. But there, right there is your race leader, Kevin Dick, pulling away by 2.5 seconds. He is just out for a nice Friday night stroll. And just a little bit, we're going to have 20-ish cars on this racetrack for the feature. That's going to be slightly insane.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a packed house down here.
you telling me both. Wait,
if we were giving awards, technically...
Dual popsicle sticks in the air. Devin, go ahead.
Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off there. Because, like, technically, if we're giving awards, Scott Wise is our biggest mover.
Really? He's the only person that changed... Oh, my God. He's the only person that has changed positions. And coming out of turn 4, heading to that wrestling over everything white flag in heat number 1. This is for the first position. Looks like Kevin Dick is going to get it. And into turn number 3. Sees the 97 in front of him. And he is going to win heat number 1.
Here in the back, we got the 31 around the back bumper, that 03.
Oh, is Scott Wise gonna do it? Oh, he's trying. They are even. Coming out of turn number 4, the 03 hits the wall.
Oh, no!
But they're gonna give that to Scott Wise, and Scott Wise is upside down, so you know what that means.
Yep, I'm flying through the air. This is not good.
There it is. The Ricky Bobby. Nope, this ain't good. It is heat number 2 time. And there is your grid. Trevor Edwards and Presley Sora in your front row. Row number 2, Sam Maxwell and Gerald Newtony. Row number 3, Chris Vander and Gavin Newton and Mike Robinson rounding out the field in P number 7. All right, dude. Devin, who you picking out of this 7-driver group to win?
If it's anything like the last race, I think the leader's just going to run away with it. But I wouldn't put it past the guy in second place to possibly come out of nowhere with some better tires and just win this thing for Presley.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised either. I've seen a lot in practice, at least with Presley or Sam Maxwell. So I can easily go with one of them, but Trevor Edwards was very fast in practice, and he wasn't just fast by himself. He was fast getting around other vehicles, so I think that means a lot when it comes to racing side by side. So I think I'm actually just going to go with Mr. Pole Sitter here for heat number 2, and that's Trevor Edwards. Well, we're going to get 2 laps to go. Let's take you through the field one more time. Throw up that driver details. And there's P1, Trevor Edwards, Presley Sora in the 98 on the outside. Sam Maxwell in the very nice purple and black car. Gerald Newtney in 4th. 5th goes to Chris Vanderplatz. And then Mike Robinson in the 29 Agent Inc. Racing. Looks like a Chevy Camaro.
I like the chrome in that car.
You like the what?
I like the chrome on that car. It looks really good.
Yeah, I do as well. But pace car is off. Devin, heat number 2. Let's get at her.
Let's see how fast that Cadillac is.
And great flag in the air. And there they both go. Great restart by both Edwards and Sora. That 98 looks like it almost clapped the wall.
Yeah, he got loose early on that one. He's got to make up some time now.
Maxwell, too. Got to be really careful on these cold tires. They're going to want to spin out really easily.
Still got a side-by-side battle for 3rd.
I know, we're seeing it right now. You got Newton and Maxwell. That beautiful number 8 to the outside. And they just fixed it out. Now we are nose to tail from 3rd all the way to 6th. Gavin
Newton got loose, and there he goes.
Well, he's still pointing in the right direction. Could have been a lot worse. Oh, as Mike Robinson's hard into the turn 2 wall. Still watching this battle here over these 3 drivers. The 88 of Maxwell, Vanderplatz in the 4th position in the 10, and Gerald Newtney in the 5th position. As he's going to get right underneath Platz, trying to make that position. Thought we were going to see a slide job.
Not quite. As he got in the wall, the tank car did, so it gave the 8 some room, and he barely made that pass work off the extra 4. Now he's going to sail away and try to get his 3rd place back.
But speaking of pulling away, there's the 32 doing what the leader in the first heat did, is pull away and hide.
I'll be honest, there's not a better feeling in the world than leading a race knowing there's no one behind you.
Right? That probably is the best feeling in the world. Thank you to everybody watching All-Star 15 TV tonight. Hopefully you had a wonderful Thanksgiving with your family, friends, whoever you go celebrate with. Hopefully it was very nice for you guys. But you're tuning into a Black Friday special, the 3rd annual Interleague race presented by NASCVR. My brain just shut off for a second.
I was like, how do you pronounce that? It's not quite NASCAR, but it's something.
NASCVR? National Association for Stock Car Virtual Racing.
Yeah, that works.
That's a mouthful.
Coming up on lap 9, Trevor Edwards ran a 21.692. He's showing no signs of slowing down.
No, he is not. He's doing a really good job. And honestly, kicking some major butt.
I'm actually looking at his lap times. He's done everything but get faster. Like, he's actually gained speed as this race has gone on. Oh man, I must have missed it. The Mike Robinson just got a pass for 5th, so the person who's just out is Gavin Newton now.
Yeah, Gavin Newton is the first one out. Currently looking at that 29 of Mike Robinson. Putting down some good laps. Unfortunately, they are nowhere near the leader's speed. As it looks like 5th, 6th, and 7th are very much in danger of going a lap down.
Yeah, this leader, he's got a lot of speed on him, and these cars in the back, while they're all going to make it eventually, are just a little too slow for the leader's pace right now and might end up getting caught in laps.
Yeah, and this was a very much an open setup race, so you're running what you brought. And it looks like right now Trevor Edwards is running a very strong piece here tonight. Almost 4.5 seconds faster than Presley Sora in second. But don't look too now. Gerald Newtony is putting a couple laps together recently, and he is gaining on Presley Sora. We're going to jump on car via that gyro system just to show you a little bit of the degree of the angle of the turn. There's really not a lot. But he is gaining on Sora, and if they're not careful, if they start battling, that could bring Vander Platz in this as well. Or
they got in the wall.
Or Newtony can smack the wall coming out of turn 4. That could be very bad for these super late models.
I think that's what happens when you make a mistake and then you get all aggressive and you make more mistakes, just make it worse.
Oh, I've been there I don't know how many times, Devin. Especially with me not being a very good race car driver to begin with. I get way over my head and start driving well over my head.
He's still got it in there. He's still within 3 car lengths of this 98 car here. He might have a shot.
Yeah, we're watching this battle here as we're just past halfway for this second feature. Oh,
he's looking inside. Not quite. He's there now.
I'm gonna jump into that spectator cam so you can see it. Great exit of turn 2 by the 98 of Sora. Coming out of turn 4, they are still gonna be side by side as they enter turn 1 once again. Oh, are they gonna?
He is throwing everything but the kitchen sink at trying to get this pass right now.
And try to do it very cleanly. I thought they were gonna touch in the middle of 1 and 2. They still might in 3 and 4. Still, even as they exited turn 4. Oh, okay, man, if they do this for the next 10 laps.
Man, I don't know if I can handle another 10 laps like this.
Well, but the thing is, if they do this for an extended period of time, they're going to have to start thinking about Chris Van Platz currently in that 4th position because they have lost a second to him.
Not only that, but if they race too hard, they will wreck themselves and be out of the top 5.
Yeah, that would be bad too. That would be very bad, actually. But Trevor Edwards, you see that right there. He's just about to put Sam Maxwell 1 lap down, and right in front of him, it's Mike Robinson. That 32 looks like he can put that wherever he wants.
I'm noticing a major difference between our leader here in the 32 and this battle we have going on for third is that he has almost no rotor growing in the back of his car. Like, his brake rotors are all no color, nothing. But in this battle we're seeing for third, their rear rotors are glowing hard. They're putting a lot of brake into that car.
A lot of rear brake. I wonder
if that has anything to do with them not being able to make some speed right now. Now, I'll give iRacing credit. This wasn't always here in iRacing, so being able to see, if they're using rear brake or front brake or how much, is really helpful.
Yeah, no kidding. I'll take it. It adds a little more visual eye candy to seeing what these cars are doing. There's Trevor Edwards about to put the Gavin Newton machine one lap down. There it goes. I don't know, with just 6 laps to go, I don't see him getting to 4th place, but that would be amazing if Edwards did.
Yeah, he's put on a massive clinic tonight. He's going to be a real threat to watch when the main comes on.
I wasn't really expecting domination in these heat races. I was expecting, battles for at least first, but it looks like the only battle we've seen so far was for this second position. And right now it's still Sora and Newtony still battling really hard. They're both in the feature, but depending on who gets what position, that can be 2, 3, maybe 4 positions on track for the 150 lap feature.
No, I was talking about that brake bias earlier. It looks like Gerald Newtony has changed his brake bias to add more front brake into it. So now all the rotors are glowing.
Well, that'll definitely heat up your tires. It'll help you slow down a lot faster, but can also kick out that rear end. Oh, he's sending it in there in 3 and 4. Dual popsicle sticks up in the air. And you're going to see it. The white flag is in the air, but we're going to stay with this second place battle as Newtony is just a little bit ahead of Sora, and they're still side by side as Sora's going to hit the wall. And there goes the 8. Are we going to see a crossover event?
What a crossover.
In 1 and 2. No, I don't think he's going to hold it. Newtony's going to take second place coming out of turn 2. All the way down the backstretch, right back into turn 3. They are side by side. 8 to the outside, and the 98 is not going to make it. Newtony's going to take second, and Sora is going to take third. Trevor Edwards is going to win feature heat number 2. So with that being said, we're going to jump all the way to heat number 3. Heat number 3's grid is going to consist of Kyle Martinson and Isaac Johnson in your row 1. Evan Locke and Gary Wells in row number 2. Row number 3, it's Jason Branch and Jim Thorndike. Wow. That was an awesome battle for that second place in heat number 2. Devin, I really thought they were going to bunny hop each other several times that lap, but it looked like Presley Sora just could not get back to Newtony at all.
Yeah, that high line is a lot more dominant than I thought it'd be tonight. And he just made it work so long, but that one mistake cost him and he lost that spot. But at the end of the day, he still advanced, so no harm, no foul.
Yeah, no harm, no foul. Unfortunately, you're going to start a little bit further back. But do you think there's a little more of a benefit to the drivers in these later feature heats so they could see what line everybody's running, what's fast? Do you think there's a little benefit to that?
Oh yeah, totally. Because if you or anyone who's a smart driver, you'll be watching these heat races looking for those lines. And because it's a heat race, you'll just practice now those newer lines to practice during the race when it matters more.
Well, here's the thing. You said smart drivers. Unfortunately, when it comes to racing, I am not one of those. I'm clean. I'm a very clean driver, but I'm not a smart driver.
Hey, we learn one way or another.
Oh, yeah, I learned to get the heck out of the way is what I do. I've actually had somebody say, hey, don't you belong in a broadcast booth? And I was like, hey, yo, whoa, shots fired, but yes.
Just a little question before we go green. What's your favorite car so far? Because mine is that beautiful number 30 car ran by Gary Wells.
Well, I wonder why you asked that, because am I splat all over that car? Because I'm pretty sure I am. I 100% think I am. Honestly, I'm going to go with the 28 of Jason Branch. Jason Branch with the American Navy car. Got to support our troops. And how dare you, Devin, for not picking that? I'm kidding. No, we support our military here. Very much so.
Yes, we do.
All right. Here we go. And there goes the 07 with the hell of a launch. He went the minute the pace car hit pit road, and we already have a battle for the lead. Martinson.
I thought we were going on green.
That's what I thought too, but apparently not. Martinson and Johnson side by side in 3 on lap 1. We've had nobody contest the leader at all in any of these heats, but that 07 of Martinson is really loose on that high side.
And that will be our first pass for the lead tonight. The 33 will take the top
we
spot.
just had a crash, Jim Thorndike. And apparently there are no cautions in these heat races. I heard that wall hit.
Oh, that's going to be unfortunate right now.
Yeah, he still points in the right direction, but that 59 Valvoline Chevy Camaro is all sorts of messed up.
And Lauren Wise is already a lap down.
Well, I don't think... Is Lauren actually on the track? Oh, yes, she is. Good for her. I thought she was RCing this event, but apparently I was wrong. Good for her. I think she might have started in the pits, unfortunately. I don't think she made the start.
It was like, the car looks clean to me. I don't know how you lose a lap like that. Well, back to the leader.
Yeah, there's the 33 of Isaac Johnson trying to pull away now.
Unlike the last 2 leaders, he hasn't gotten too far so far. But we'll see how long that lasts.
Yeah, right now he's just looking about a half a second over Kyle Martinson. And then in that third position is Evan Locke in the rev line, trying to see what kind of vehicle that is. There's no identifying stickers on that at all, outside of it's a wonderful Revline car.
Yeah, that's the thing about late models. You don't have to drive a manufacturer.
Yeah, that definitely helps the people out in the broadcast. But this battle for 4th right now, you see Gary Wells in the Dodge Charger, and in the American Navy car, it's Jason Branch.
He also has a unmarked car on that Navy car. Looking inside, not quite there.
Oh, he's definitely looking inside right there. Does Gary Wells leave him room? Gary Wells is going to tap the wall going into 1, side by side, and I think doing the smart thing there, the number 30s are just going to back out of it. We're both in this event right now. Nothing to knock each other out. Just let them go.
Yeah, it's a smart move. He's still well inside. He's 5th now, so. But he's still got some room.
But
to
back
the
up
next
front,
place for 6.
Johnson and Martinson are still within a half a second from each other. That 07 has been on a tear since letting that 33, or maybe not letting that 33 by, but that 33 getting by him. But we're actually going to jump cockpit like we've done in both heats so far with that second place vehicle, as he's really catching Johnson right now.
I've never seen these 2 lines really work. 33 was running the high side 1 and 2. 7's running the bottom line throughout the entire track, and he's right there on the bumper.
All it takes is one bad bump. Uh-oh, he's losing it.
There he goes. He's still pointing the right direction.
Yeah, but he's gonna... He blocked the track completely for the 062, and that's Evan Locke. He's gonna have to regroup and refire. Oh, as the 28 gets into him.
He's around.
That'll put Kyle Martinson.
Fallen.
Jason Branch in there with a full head of steam and just turns Kyle Martinson. Don't know if you want to do stuff like that in a heat race with drivers you're going to see in the feature.
Oh yeah, he's going to remember that one.
Absolutely. He just gets in there really hot. Like, the 07 of Martinson had to slow up, but the 29 just never slowed up and just straight up turned him. Doesn't look like there's a lot of damage on that 07, but still didn't look good.
They got some slight left front damage, but he'll survive. He's still 5th place. But knowing you were the leader at one point's got to hurt.
Whoa, did you see that? Evan Locke with a huge issue, then followed by Gary Wells. They tried jumping the wall, coming out of turn 4. You're going to see it here on your screen, everybody. But Gary Wells keeps it straight. Evan Locke, unfortunately, is going to spin it to the inside. And he heavy nose damage on that 062.
Yeah, that car's going to be hurting for some repairs soon, but luckily we have a main race to get to, so it'll be all fine. The car's going to be brand new. This is going to cost him a single penny.
You want to know who's really happy about this? And I mean very happy about this? Isaac Johnson. Now he's got a 4.5 second, almost 5 second lead on the whole field when he was battling with several drivers.
Yeah, I wouldn't say back to back. Yeah, he's still got a half a race left, but you know he can totally push a little less hard as he was before. But we want to talk about biggest movers for tonight. Look at Jason Branch up from 5th place.
Yeah, he's currently running in that 2nd slot with that nose damage on that 28.
Hey, if I had nose damage and started 5th, I wouldn't be upset being 2nd place right now.
Yeah, but how he got to 2nd place could be a little, I don't know. I don't know Jason Branch at all. I don't know how he races. I've never encountered him on track before. But that nose damage off of the 07 of Martinson, you got to race the whole feature with him. And I know it was probably an accident dumping the guy, but does the 07 think it was an accident?
Well, I sure hope so for his sake. You know, it's been a bunch of clean racing up until this point, and we'd like to see some clean racing in the feature.
Hey, I mean, all we're doing is building storylines here.
Oh, yeah.
Don't shoot the broadcasters, we're just building storylines. But let's run through this field so far. Up front, like what we've talked about.
Oh, 13's around.
Uh-oh. That's not good. That's Lauren Wise. On the backstretch, she's around, and she's just going to jump to pit road. Isaac Johnson in first right now by almost 5 seconds. Jason Branch in 2nd. 3rd right now is Gary Wells. 4th is Kyle Martinson. 5th, Evan Locke. And in 6th, the driver of the number 59 Valvoline Chevy, Jim Thorndike. Any surprises with any of these drivers for you so far?
Not surprised in the way that I'm surprised by their talent, but surprised in the way that it's just really working out for some drivers over others. Like, if we go back to Gary Wells, for instance, he was just like, you know, minding his race, and now he's sitting 3rd.
Yeah, it's nice when you don't get caught up in everything and everybody else seems to part in the seas for you and just wreck.
Yeah, he's got the cleanest car out here right now.
Which is surprising, because he jumped the wall the same time Evan Locke did. And he has no right side damage. Oh, looks like Jim Thorndike with an issue. Just went off track. Let's see what happened here. Does he get loose? Oh yeah, he's really loose. But corrects it, gets back on the track, and unfortunately he's going to get passed by the leader.
Being passed by leader is better than taking out the leader.
Oh, Gary Wells hard in the wall in, I think, 3 and 4. No, 1 and 2.
Commentator's curse.
Well, we were talking about Thorndike. We were talking about Wells before that. But yes, full commentator's curse. Hopefully he's not listening to this. And then out of turn 4, back to the line. You know, he's really not catching Branch or Johnson, but he really doesn't need to. He just needs to focus on that race and just complete lap after lap after lap after lap as we're coming to 5 to go. As I look at the timing and scoring on your screen, and the minute I saw it, Branch was down by 6.66. I'm like, oh no. That could be very dangerous.
What's more dangerous, 666 or 1313?
Probably 1313, because your night's probably not good as it is. And it brings me to that board game 1313 dead end drive. Just 4 laps to go. You're looking at Kyle Martinson. But we're going to flash it back to Isaac Johnson as he puts another lap on the board, and you see right in front of him Evan Locke.
If you're Isaac Johnson, you got to think, do I really need to lap this guy right now?
I don't think you do. You have 7 seconds to Jason Branch. You're just trying to run your race, and I think that's exactly what Johnson's doing right now. If I get by him, I get by him. If I don't, I'm not going to hurt myself by staying behind him.
Got 2 laps to go.
Yep.
Into the white flag this time.
Yeah, we're coming to that beautiful wrestling over everything white flag. As he takes the white flag, Isaac Johnson's going to dive right underneath the 062 of Evan Locke. Not going to make the pass. Still going to be side by side. Honestly, I've been in Evan's shoes. I just let him go, so I just have to run 1 less lap. But that's just me making a joke. Well, Isaac Johnson,
I've been on both sides to that point.
Out of turn 4, he is going to win heat number 3. Now, we might be done with heats. I'm not too sure.
I think we are.
Well, we're going to find out, everybody. And there it is. We're going to go to warm-up. But, everybody, when we return, we're going to talk probably about the end of warm-up and then get you ready for the 150-lap feature event here at Indianapolis Raceway Park.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Let's get this circus on down the road. We're taking bets about a tank and gas will go.
Welcome back, everybody. And holy cow, are you ready, Devin? We are getting ready for a 150-lap feature, a Black Friday Interleague special here on All-Star 15 TV.
Yeah, man, we had 3 appetizers, and now it's time for the main course. I'm hungry.
Dude, I am always hungry. I don't know about you, but I am always hungry.
Well, if you want a snack, I know one guy has beef jerky on his car.
Well, who is it? Talk about him.
He's not on track right now. I'm trying to give him a plug. He's not here. When I see him next time, I'll be sure to give him his just due.
Well, I hope you do, because I feel like a lot of these drivers deserve it. We are in the blimp cam right now, watching warm-up, and what do you know, Trevor Edwards running the show with that P1 position. Again, not surprised.
No, not surprised at all. You know, he's been showing how fast he is all night, and I'm sure we're going to see a lot more of it and see how long he can last up front on those tire sets we have tonight.
Yeah, well, we're trying something new tonight, so I'm going to try it once again to see if it works, so bear with me here. Got this wonderful graphic Peyton Sweet made, and let's see if it does it. Let's press that, and this should start with it. There it goes. Indianapolis Raceway Park, Indianapolis, Indiana. And holy cow, everybody, we are live. We're getting ready for 150 laps right here on All-Star 15 TV. Thank you to all the leagues that joined us. But I can't wait for it. It's going to be pure chaos. Looks like we're going to have just about 20 people on the racetrack at the same time. Who are you picking,
I will say
Devin?
this. You know what? I will pick our first winner of the night, our Heat 1 winner, because he was just that fast, in my opinion. I don't think I can find anyone else who could potentially run as fast as he can that long all night.
Well, I'm going to go with Mr. Edwards here, and I cannot wait to see what he does around other cars.
I think those two can provide us some really good racing late in. We get a long run, because those guys are definitely have some skills that they haven't quite shown us yet.
I think you're right with that. I really do. That they weren't showing everything to everybody. You know, hey, I might have a fast car. It might even be faster later. But here we go. 150 laps on the board. Let's check out the starting lineup for your Black Friday Interleague special. Kevin, Dick, and Trevor Edwards, your row number 1. Row 2, it's Isaac Johnson and Andrew Moore. Row number 3, it's Gerald Newtony and Jason Branch. Row 4, Jordan Berry and Presley Sora. Row number 5, Gary Wells and Jacob Drift. Everybody else is going to cycle through your screen. So you have your pick, I have my pick. Everybody in the chat room, I see that there is just about 10 of you. Let's see who you are picking. Come on, we want to hear from you. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel so you can come talk to us. But come on, let's see what you guys are picking, who you're rooting for. Because we have 150 laps of pure chaos just waiting for us as they are getting to their cars. And it looks like we're just waiting for 2 drivers that are not racing in this feature. Lauren Wise and Devin Mosley, which Devin Mosley's up in the booth with me as there goes that pace car to get 2 laps underway.
I found that car we were looking for. Is the number 98 of Presley Sora, who has that beef jerky.
Beef jerky. The Homer Simpson.
Oh yeah, it's making me hungry right now. I actually do like beef jerky.
All right, everybody, we're going to take a quick break, and when we return, it's going to be the restart. Not the restart, the start of the wonderful race here tonight. We are back here, everybody, and it is almost time. I know it says 2 laps on the board. I can assure you that is wrong. But it is almost time. There goes the pace car, the 52 and the 32. Dick and Edwards on that front row, and away we go. There it is, green flag in the air. Looks like Trevor Edwards is going to take us to the line, even though it was supposed to be the 52.
Yeah, the 52 got ran into the back of, and you can't go with your tires off the ground.
Still looking
32 will be our leader on lap number 1.
Yeah, there it goes. Looking for some battles across the racetrack. Jordan Berry side by side with Kyle. Oh, caution out. Marco Evans, Gary Wells with issues on the racetrack. We're going to take a look at that.
Oh, and he's upside down.
Oh, that's not good.
Yep, I'm flying through the air. This is not good.
Yeah, that's not good. Hopefully somebody can tap him to get him back on the right side so he doesn't have to jump, but unfortunately he jumps to pit road.
Yeah, it looks like one of those wall glitches. You hate to see it.
Dude, that's one thing I hate with iRacing is whenever we get wall glitches or somebody gets on the road course stuck into a wall and there's no helping them. As it looks like we have a couple drivers heading down pit road. Got Jacob Drift, Jim Thorndike, Gary Wells, and obviously Marco Evans. Gary probably trying to fix the little bit of damage he has. Don't think he's going to take the fast repair. It doesn't look like to be terminal damage to then take the fast repair. But probably going to get whatever he can dinged out and stay on the lead lap.
Yeah, it was just an unfortunate incident. He got a little loose there into the corner, so it spun him back up when it did get grip, and it took out a car. We don't like to do that, but it happens sometimes.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that it happened so early, especially how clean these heat races were. Very shocked that it did happen so early on in this event.
Yeah, I know me personally, I don't like being at short tracks too much because it feels so crowded with more than 10 people on track.
Yeah, and we're looking at just around 19 people on track right on this. Actually, I'll bring it up for everybody so they can see it. The race info. There it is on your screen. Lucas Oil Raceway. 0.67 of a mile. Track temperature sitting at 76 degrees, so it's nice and cool. That's going to help the tires get a little grippier. But those tires need to heat up first.
Yeah, there's a sweet spot in the temperature for where tires grip, and you don't want them too cold where they're super slick and hard. We don't want them too hot where they're too tight to work with and you can't make any corner.
Well, once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Hopefully you all had a nice Thanksgiving with your friends, family, or whoever you had Thanksgiving with. Devin, how was yours?
I had a great Thanksgiving. Got to see my grandpa again. Loved seeing him. And we had mac and cheese and turkey and ham. I don't know what you had, but I ate good.
You don't know what I had? I am Italian, so obviously there was pasta somewhere. Had a big bird. It was really nice. My favorite part's always the stuffing. Always the stuffing.
But did you have cannoli?
Did I have the cannoli? Unfortunately not. There was not cannoli. My wife did make one hell of a chocolate and peanut butter cake, though.
It's okay. I take chocolate and peanut butter cake.
It was like a Reese's peanut butter cup, but cake version.
Nice.
It was so good, but we're gridding back up. That pace car is going to dive behind the pit road wall momentarily for its own safety. Trevor Edwards and Kevin Dick are still your front row, followed by Isaac Johnson and Andrew Moore. Let's get it going again. There goes the 32, and he is gone.
Oh yeah, being leader is the best on restarts because you just get out of there. We already got a battle for second.
Yeah, we do. There's the 33 of Isaac Johnson in the black and blue car, trying to get by the 52, but looking a little bit further back, going all the way to this 11th position. There's Vander Platz and Evan Locke, and this is the battle for... Oh! The 10 is sideways. Oh, God. That was a lot of cars.
We gotta give each other some more room here. It's we got 150 laps. It's early.
Yeah, it is very early, and we're gonna see it here. Obviously, Evan Locke is there. He's there to the outside of Vander Platz. And he just comes right up into the 062. Oh, and you hate to see it, but the braking of some of the drivers here. Like, here's the 88. Obviously, think he's going to be good, but nowhere for him to go. But Mike Robinson trying to shoot the hole, accidentally T-bones it. The 31 of Scott Wise. And, oh, Gary Wells completely misses it. That was pretty close. But doesn't look like there's a lot of damage on the Evan Locke machine. Fortunately, Gary Wells back in pit road. Gonna take... Oh, God, there's a lot of damage on that 30 car. That thing is, what I would say, beat to hell.
Looking back on that accident, they could have given each other a lot more room, especially on the high side. They kind of pinched him down going into the exit of the corner. Got to race with a little bit more room early. You know, we can get spots later once we get under some reflag laps under our belts.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, if it was coming to the checkers, I get it, but it's just early.
Peyton, watch your mouth. I saw that. I hit it. Watch your mouth, boy. You could say it again, just without the F-bomb. Hell yeah works.
Hey, man, I'm sorry.
Come on, Peyton. You know better. As I'm completely having fun with Mr. Peyton Sweet. The wonderful Peyton Sweet, who makes all these graphics for All-Star 15 TV.
Yeah, Peyton's done a great job with these graphics. Like, I had to go back after the races we run in the other league that I'm in and just, like, watch the graphics because they're just that good.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding whatsoever. I owe him a lot of gratitude when it comes to making this channel better. Him, Gary on Wednesday nights, TJ Ryan on Monday nights, you tonight, and I think Noah Wilson now on Tuesday nights. That's gonna be fun. Devin, you should come join us on Tuesday nights as well.
No promises, but I'll see what I can do.
We're under caution here for the second time. It's 13 laps into this Black Friday Interleague special event where the winner gets a 1-year subscription to iRacing. Anybody can use that, whether yours is up next week, next month, or next year. Just tack that on to the end of your time. And hopefully it keeps you here, keeps you racing. Lights are off on the iRacing Ford Mustang pace car. Once again, going to dive for cover. Run through your top 5 real quick. Your first car, it is the 32 of Trevor Edwards, Kevin Dick, Isaac Johnson, Andrew Moore, and Jason Branch. Here we go. Green flag in the air, and hell of a launch by Trevor Edwards once again. Side by side for second place through 1 and 2. Kevin Dick to the outside. Right behind him is the 33 of Isaac Johnson now. You see Scott
Watch out for
Wise
that
coming back
31
up on the
car.
racetrack. Looking at this battle for the 4th position as well. They are side by side right here. You did mention that they do get one fast repair for the feature event. Oh! The 07 gets a little squirrely coming out of turn 2, saves it, but now has to worry about a car to his outside, which is the 98 of Presley Sora.
They were 3 wide? 2 wide now.
They were almost 3 wide. That really almost curdled my stomach watching that.
He thought better of it.
Yeah, very smart move to back out of it just a tad. Got to get some laps, but it looks like Sora has a rear view mirror of all Gavin Newton. These cars are really loose coming out of the turns. You would think after a couple laps the heat would start building.
I just think they're getting into the gas too soon because
that's a very good
the car's as
possibility.
stable as you make it.
That is a very good possibility. Could be getting to the gas too soon, putting a little too much power down early. But it looks like we're starting to straighten out and get some laps underway. Knock on wood, knock on wood. But there is a battle for the 6th position side by side. Jason Branch and Presley Sora. Presley Sora to the inside. And look right behind him. They're side by side once again. There's Gavin Newton and Gerald Newtony. Well, you guys wanted hectic. Hectic for the feature. There's a 4-car battle all under a blanket as they come off of turn 2 still. The first 2 cars here side by side, and this is for the 6th position.
Yeah, you gotta wonder who's saving tires right now. Oh, he got loose there.
Whoa!
He does save it.
Sora really loose out of turn 4. Saves it, gonna lose the position, but now he's gonna have to battle with the 48 of Newton.
If I'm the 8 car though, I'm loving this because I'm just saving my tires, wait for them to be done.
Well, if you're the 8 car, you're now battling with Newton. That's Newtony, and the 48's gonna be hard into the wall, still trying to save it. All the way down the front stretch. That's a bring me my brown pants moment. This is the battle of the racetrack right now, but we're going to go up a little bit further. Isaac Johnson, Andrew Moore, and Kyle Martinson. Right here is for 4th place. Call this an all-star event because only the winner gets the prize, and that is a 1-year subscription to iRacing. This battle has subsided a little bit. We're going to go all the way down to Gavin Newton. Geez, he is still hitting the wall in that 48. There's a lot of damage to the right side. And through 1 and 2, it looked like he was Ross Chastaining it at Martinsville.
Yeah, that doesn't quite work from here. The walls are a little bit too wide for that, but you know, it might be worth a shot late in the run. Who knows?
I was going to say, it sounded like you gave it a shot in practice.
Yeah, I saw one guy driving on the fence.
And caution out on the racetrack. Do you happen to remember who it was?
Getting word that's the 31. I'm trying to find him.
That would be Scott Wise, and yes, he's already around and on the backstretch. We're going to see it here. He was right in front of the leaders when this happened. Going to use that far chase cam coming out of turn 2. Looks like he's going to step on the gas, hit the Kroger sign on that outside wall, jump the wall, and spin it to the inside. And here come the leaders to put him that lap down.
That is not quite how you Ross Chastain.
No, it is not. But we're going to go to commercial. I'm going to say hi to our couple sponsors here. And when we return, you see cars on pit road. We'll be back for the restart, everybody. I'm H. Capola. That's Devin Mosley.
From Mortar to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Let's get this circus on down the road. We're taking bets about a tank and gas will go.
And we are back, everybody, here at the wonderful Indianapolis Raceway Park. I'm Age Capola, that is Devin Mosley. Devin, what have you thought about the first 30 laps here tonight?
When we got to racing, we actually had some really good racing. These cars look very loose tonight, a lot looser than I thought they'd get. So it's going to make for some pretty intense battles. Oh no, the 31 is spinning around in turn 1 and 2. Ooh. It's been a rough night.
So you said he was spinning under caution?
Yeah, he took the corner a little bit too fast and looked like he locked it up.
Oh wow, he has a lot of damage on that left side. And it looks like iRacing is going to let him get that Pontiac where it needs to go.
I wonder how bad the suspension is after a wreck like that.
Well, they do all get one fast repair, but if they're smart, if the car is still drivable and not having a meatball, I would save it.
I have to agree with you right there.
Here we go once again, and there goes the 07 of Kyle Martinson, who's the biggest move of the race, up 11 positions, and he is gone by himself into turn number 1, followed by Trevor Edwards and Kevin Dick. Oh, it looks like you had Jordan Berry in the outside wall. He's going to get passed by a whole troop of cars. There's the number 30 of Gary Wells. He looks like he's got a brand new car. He used that fast repair, so he has to keep that number 30 clean and away from trouble. Man, these cars are looking like they're drifting like it's supposed to be on dirt. We just saw the 33 of Isaac Johnson drift into turn 1 and 2.
Yeah, they're swinging it harder than they were in the heat races, so I wonder if they were all holding back something.
Oh, caution out on the racetrack. Mike Robinson with an issue in the number 29 Agent Inc. Racing. Looks like he's coming out of turn 2. I think he just loses it in 3. Oh no, he gets punted by the 28. That's the second person we've seen the 28 punt.
Once is a fluke, twice is a pattern, 3 times is a trend?
I don't know. I mean, I've heard that before, but yikes. Doesn't look like a crud ton of damage on the number 20. I lied. That whole front end is tinfoil right now. Crunched up and not looking good. Ouch.
Like, I don't want to speak ill of anybody, but... Oh, he just took his fast repair right there. But I wonder if it was a combination of the different speeds. You know, 29's been running a slightly slower lap time. So I wonder if with him being further up front that threw things off.
Yeah, very much could be.
So the 29 also just took his fast repair, so he's going to be careful from now on. I don't know if he meant to.
Well, if I honestly would have waited, but we don't know the extent of that damage, though. He could have had a meatball. He could not have had a meatball. But gotta thank all our sponsors of All-Star 15 TV. I'm gonna pull it up with that beautiful graphic. Mr. Peyton Sweet made the Nerds Do Nerd Things podcast. New episodes every Tuesday. This week they talked about trying to remember Moon Knight. Wrestling Over Everything. If you like wrestling, TNA, WWE, whatever, it's a great Facebook page. The Drinking Bros Auto Racing Facebook page, and Hutch Paints. All the links are down in the description below. Please go check them out. It helps out the channel. It helps out us as well, because I am the owner of the Nerds Do Nerd Things podcast, so it definitely helps us out, but it helps them out. You know, they're getting some exposure. Both the Wrestling Over Everything page and the Drinking Bros Auto Racing page are fantastic. Whether you're into wrestling, whether it's TNA, WWE, New Japan, AEW, or anything around the independents, you can go there, talk about it. If you don't know a lot and you want to, they do a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff, like, did you know this about this wrestler? Or, if you're into racing, which, if you're watching this, why wouldn't you be? The Drinking Bros Auto Racing Facebook page. You will never miss a real-life race or a virtual race again. They have forums up for every single NASCAR race, IndyCar race, F1 race. They even talk about iRacing. It's a fun environment. I'm a part of it. I'm actually a part of all the channels on my channel partners. It's just very fun. And there's no shaming on if you like this driver or... Again, it sounds like I'm gagaing over it, but it's true. It's a lot of fun to be a part of these pages. Devin, I think you should get into some of them.
Oh yeah, I listen to Nerds Doing Nerds Things all the time. I do road trips. I do a lot of them actually, so it's good to have online.
Oh, thank you. I gotta get you a part of an episode. I really do. I've been meaning for that for a while. For an episode. Yeah, maybe the one episode you don't listen to, because I know how much you don't like listening to yourself talk.
One thing we do have to update you guys on is that Isaac Johnson has called it quits for the night.
Really,
so
the
number
number
33
driver
for us to watch.
Wow. Maybe he was out of repairs, or it was too big of a repair.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. There's been some big wrecks early.
And I think he's been in most of them, not to his fault at all, but here we go. Martinson with an excellent launch. Trevor Edwards with a pretty good launch, but he's going to hold second place with no problem. The battle for third is, though, going to be really tight with Kevin Dick and Presley Sora coming out of turn 2 as they head down the backstretch. They're still side by side as they go through 3 and 4. It looks like the advantage is the 52. Kevin Dick is going to clear the 98 of Sora as we have a yellow flag again for Gavin Newton. Gavin Newton in that 48 Runner Racing Designs Chevy. You're going to see it right here as he enters turn 3. He already looks a little sideways, so we're going to hit the play button and you're going to see it in its entirety. Ooh, the 10 gets into him a little bit, but looks good, looks good. Oh, he's loose. He is very loose, and he's going to kill the inside wall nose first.
Yeah, he just got loose there. Like, it's one of those weird things where you want to put some gas into it to help it get out of the corner, but when you're just too loose, you have nothing to grip with. It's going to spin it off the corner, and that's what happened.
Now, when you hit head first like that, what are you braking in the car?
You're looking at your radiator being damaged. You're definitely not going to be as fast because there's going to be a brick wall for your nose. And then if you hit it too hard, you're going to push the engine out, and then there goes your day.
Yeah, that could be a huge issue. And I would assume if you puncture the radiator and all that stuff, you're probably not going anywhere. But you're also going to get a meatball if you do have a little bit of legs left.
Yeah, you're not going to get too far without a radiator. I will say this, we're lucky this isn't completely real life because sometimes those hoods pop up if you hit the nose too hard and then you can't see. And he took his fast quicker because it must be terminal. So there it is.
That's not good.
So with everybody almost being out of fast repairs, I think we're gonna finally play nice. Knock on wood.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully we get to play nice.
We are 42 laps into this feature, so we're almost a third of the way there.
Almost. We have been running this feature event right now for about 25 minutes. You know, if we get to stay green, we pump off almost 3 laps a minute, kind of like we're riding around Dover. I can just imagine how fast we'd get laps through this this racetrack if it was a little more banked and able to carry a little more speed. But honestly, with the way it is now, it adds so much character because there's multiple lines of the groove. We've seen people use the apron to help that car turn, but for the majority of it, we're seeing everybody enter high and exit low back to the wall off of the turn.
Yeah, this is not a bad track. I would actually love to see like the Cup cars come here at some point because this is a good track. But it's just part of a short track racing. Things happen. There's not a lot of spot space. So if one person goes spinning, it might take out some other people in an accident.
Well, here we go, and the 07 gets the hell of a launch again, coming out of turn 4. This time, Trevor Edwards right on his back bumper. Heading through 1 and 2, and then off turn 2. They're going to stay 1-2, but right behind them, Trevor Sora and Kevin Dick going to be side by side as they enter turn number 3. The 52 is going to throw it in there. Oh, we're going to have another caution on the racetrack.
And it's a big one. We got cars upside down, cars spun around. 31 is on his roof, and he's going to take a toe to pit road.
Uh-oh. You said something about the 31 being upside down?
Yep, I'm flying through the air. This
Yep.
is not good.
Oh, well, there's the Bobby. Let's hit this play button. Oh, they're already... Wow.
The 8 got the 30, the 30 got hit by the 48, and everyone just gets caught from there.
Well, we're going to take a view of the 30 here. Let's see. The 30's loose. Oh, he's going to tag the 8. Oh, and the 30 with a lot of damage on that hood. And we know he used his fast repair.
The 31 just couldn't get stopped and nowhere to go.
Yeah, that's not good. Sometimes it stinks being not that far away and you just can't brake in time. I've also been on speedways where I'm right behind a car, not knowing we're catching lap traffic. The car in front of me goes to a different lane and I just rear end the slower car. And that's because you just can't see the slower car. But on pit road, it's Gerald Newtony and Gary Wells, also with Scott Wise with a lot of damage.
Yeah, he went from 112 to 0 in half a second.
Aye. Well, good thing these are only iRacing cars and not IRL cars, because at least you don't have to pay for the damage, and at least you really don't have to deal with the physical injury outside of you have your force feedback all the way up like a madman.
Hey, one professional guy had one of those like motion sim rigs and he flipped it somehow.
Holy cow! Really?
Yeah, so one of the actuators broke and it flipped the rig over.
Oh, I wish they would have gotten that on YouTube. I would love to see that actually happen. Not really. I hope the guy's all right, but still. I think we should be coming to the one to go. We're just about a third of the way through the event.
We'll be a third of the way next time by.
I am Aging Bolo. That is Devin Mosley. Devin, we haven't really gotten to you yet. You know, we have a lap before we go green, so real quick, tell everybody at home what you do, and if they want to get involved with it, tell them how.
Well, I'm an admin with the Thunderstorm League of Racing, and I also am a full-time driver for the season. We're running Xfinity cars at multiple tracks, road courses, ovals, 2 miles, 2.5 miles. We're just having fun with our season. We have 3 more races, and we're going to crown a champion soon.
Well, and I got news for everybody who really enjoy watching races on All-Star 15 TV. We have just been signed for next season, so very excited for that whenever that gets started. And there goes the 07 of Kyle Martinson, gone and away. Trevor Edwards is going to be right behind him, about 2/10 back, but the battle once again is for that 3rd position.
You got side by side coming out of 2 here. That jerky car is, sticking with it. They're going to be even going into turn 3, but the Fitzy's going to pull away on that top side.
Jerky. Gotta be careful because these turns are tight coming off of 2 and 4.
They're wide,
fast.
but they're deceivingly tight.
And now Sora's going to have to deal with Andrew Moore. Seeing Andrew Moore weekly on the channel now with the National Sim Group Cup Series on Tuesday, running his number 10 SRX vehicle. Wish there was a bigger number on that, not just on the roof. But he's a very fast driver in the next-gen Cup cars and really taking a liking to these super late models. This is a 3-car battle. First with the 98 of Sora, Moore in the 10, and Jordan Berry in the 25. There goes Moore. He's looking. No, he's going to back out of it and live for another day. We're going to back up a little further, looking at the 48 of Gavin Newton, trying to get by Evan Locke. Evan Locke really good, up 8 positions, started in the 15th position, now all the way up to 7th. Trying to keep 7th now.
Yeah, what I'm learning really quickly is that it's a lot easier that if you get outside to make the pass on the outside, but the traditional way of going towards the bottom just isn't there right now.
Newton with the bump. We've seen it before, a bump, hey, I'm here, bump, I'm going to move you again. And then the final bump to take the car right out of the way. Is that something you would think you would see with these super late models?
In real life, no, because the nose is very narrow at the very front, and the back of the car. Oh, we got a car that's very slow.
Yeah, that is Presley Sora. We're gonna go back and see it. He hits the wall, jumps the wall, and then gets turned by Andrew Moore. Nowhere for that 10 to go. But the 98 back up on the racetrack going the right way, and we stay green. Oh, he's gonna get punted again by the 28 of Jason Branch.
What I say, once an accident, twice is a pattern, 3 times is a trend.
Well, let's see what happens here, because I'm not going to immediately send him to the gallows. He's got the 98 in front of him. And honestly, I'd throw that on the 98, trying to get low on the 48.
Yeah, the 98 does come down there, trying to fit in a very tight gap, and it was closing.
Yeah,
not on the 28 this time, not at all.
Not at all whatsoever. Jason Branch, though, does spin out Presley Sora, even though it was the number 98's own doing coming down the track. But before we go to break, let's talk to the driver of the number 30, Mr. Gary Wells. Gary, we got the okay to talk to you. How you doing, my friend?
Doing well, sir. How are you, AJ?
Myself and Devin are actually having a very fun blast up here, something different than what we normally see. We've seen that car see better days before, but dude, outside of you getting caught up in that one wreck, or those 2 wrecks, that number 30's been fast tonight.
Yeah, it's been pretty quick. It's about top 10 car or so. I feel like we're just a couple of adjustments away from being up there with the rest of these guys. It just seems like it's the typical old IRP fighting loose on exit. It's manageable, but I'm just trying to see what this car will do for more than a 5-lap run, but it seems like that's all we're getting at the moment. So just trying to figure out what this car will do and where it's going to take us.
Well, when people have fast repairs, they tend to want to use them. But you talk about getting that car fixed up. I think you got the best person up there in the booth with you, and that's Mr. Joe Hutchings. When it comes to tuning cars, that's the guy you want. And for yourself being a driver, that's got to be a confidence booster.
It is a confidence booster. Joe definitely knows what he's doing with these race cars here. He's been doing it for years, so it's definitely a good safety blanket for us. And I'm hoping that the driver is good enough, not so much the car, but we'll just have to see what happens here. I think it's all on me now. He's getting me to talk a little more, and I'm just not used to that. So from a crew chief, so it's just a little bit of an adjustment now, but it's okay. We're making progress.
Yeah, with the National Sim Group Cup Series, you see that Joe Hutching usually works with Dalton Fredericks, but taking the time to come down off of that booth, jump on your booth. You say it's a little different, but it looks like you guys got the 2 to go. So we're going to let you get your head back in the game, and good luck, my friend.
All right. Thanks, AJ. Appreciate you.
All right, that is a driver the number 30, as I'm about to move myself. That's a driver the number 30, Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast, an All-Star 15 Dodge Charger, Mr. Gary Wells. Devin, comment on what Gary had to say about the car, needing a couple adjustments, and the short runs that we are getting.
Yeah, it's always nice to hear from the drivers, first of all. So I'm glad Gary gave us some time. But it is the thing, like with all these short runs, not everybody is, built for the short run speed. So for some people, it's not so easy to make adjustments to fix, being loose in the corner. You don't know how much that adjustment will affect you if you get a long run right after. So if you tighten the car too much and you get a long run, and then you're super tight in lap 10, it's for nothing.
Yeah, you hit that nail right on the head as the pace car goes back behind the wall. Now we're going to put the 7th caution in the bag, and let's see when that 07 decides to go. There he goes. It looked like the 32 of Trevor Edwards wanted to time it perfectly, but waited just a tad longer. But look at this, Evan Locke all the way up to 3rd place. Now battling to try to keep that 3rd place with Gavin Newton in the 48.
He's on his back bumper, diving in low on that very bottom lane. Will he hold it, though?
It's going to be really difficult with the tight exit of the turns, and he's just going to let Evan Locke go.
And that's the problem we're seeing right now with this race, that you can't really use that bottom lane like you would at, let's say, in Martinsville, because it's just too loose. So you end up not having the space to, keep it down there.
Right now, that 062 is the biggest mover of the race, up 12 positions. About to be 11 if that 42 gets by. Ooh, I thought there was going to be a little contact there.
Yeah, this is a good battle so far. He's just staying right there, keeping him honest.
Well,
and he keeps sliding up the track, and then the 48 goes. He thought better of it. No, he's loose.
Oh, God.
But he saves it.
Well, you talk about a close battle. Look at the battle for the lead. Martinson and Edwards coming out of turn 2. They are just about a car length away from each other, less than that, but using 2 different lanes.
And that's what you like to see. So Kyle's running that bottom line while the 32 is making a diamond. Well, Kyle blinking on my side.
Yeah, I saw that too. That can be very
It's going to make it a little bit harder to pass. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, good for one, bad for the other. But they are both pulling away. It's not like they're really trying to battle with each other. I think they're just wanting to get a long run in the books and then settle it between them two when they've pulled away. But we're going to drop a little bit further back to the number 10th position. That's where you see Gary Wells falling back just a tad, now trying to regain composure and get by Presley Sora and also keep that 10th position, because he is really loose, fighting a loose Dodge Charger right now.
Yeah, and that nose damage isn't helping him any. It's making the air go over his nose different ways than what you normally would plan on it. So you gotta now compensate for all that damage on the front.
Well, I don't know how many practice laps you did, but you might be able to answer this better. If there is any little bit of damage, how much do you actually feel it? Oh, and there goes Scott Wise. And we are going to stay green again. That was a very sketchy moment with the 31. Back to this battle back here for the 10th position. Devin, how much damage do you need to have before you really start feeling it?
It's different with every car and it's different with every track. Like, this is a short track after all, so like some areas of damage won't be that bad. But let's say like it's a quarter panel or something, it might really, like, oh, there he goes in the wall. Poor Gary. It'll just like make your car super tight or super loose, and it's all depending like how hard you hit it and where you hit it.
Yeah, we're gonna go back up front because it looks like Martinson and Edwards battling once again, but Edwards not gonna be able to get by that 07 while he's blinking like that. I wonder if a race official is gonna have to step in and possibly say something, because this is very much messing up the 32, and it is allowing Kevin Dick in the 3rd position to catch them.
Yeah, I would be all too upset if I'm trying to pass the leader and then get caught by 3rd place and not just lose 2nd, but maybe even more.
Well, to give you guys a look and see what Trevor Edwards is seeing, we're going to jump on board cockpit view with the number 32. And as I say that, it looks like the 07 has stopped blinking. Oh, there it goes.
There it goes.
You see how sketchy that is?
The entire front stretch he was gone, and there he is. So you don't know where he is. You could have dove in there and spun him.
It's like NASCAR 14 all over again. With the he wasn't there on my screen.
And maybe he has a better view than we do. Maybe he's not blinking so bad on his end, but for us, particularly here in the broadcast booth, it is kind of a problem.
And here comes the 52 of Kevin Dick. Already just about a second and a half back from Martinson. And in just a couple laps, they might be looking at the back end of the field. Everybody, you are watching this Black Friday Interleague special right here on All-Star 15 TV, and that is brought to you by the National Association for Stock Car Virtual Racing. Check out all our channel partners in the bottom right-handed corner. A lot of those are the leagues that are associated, but when it comes to the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast, Wrestling Over Everything, Hutch Paints, and Drinking Bros Auto Racing, all their links are down in the description. Please go check them out. But this battle is just heating up for the lead. I can just imagine how frustrated Trevor Edwards is getting.
Yeah, Trevor's...
Oh,
no.
And the yellow flag is out. Jacob Drift with an issue. Let's see. See the 14. Looks pretty good. Oh, and Evan Locke comes down right into him. Honestly, could have been a lot worse, but our caution does come out, and that was a good 15-lap run-ish, somewhere around there. Hell of a battle for the lead. Yeah, it could have been longer than that.
I do know this much. If you ran this many laps green and you have unlimited tires, I'm getting some.
Abso-freaking-lutely. And with that being said, we're going to hit the commercial, and when we return, we're going to talk hopefully with one of our drivers, if not one of our crew chiefs. Can't promise anything, but we'll see when we get back. Gonna take you to our couple sponsors.
Let's get this circus on down the road. We're taking bets about a tank and gas will go.
From Mortar to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
And we are back, everybody, here from Indianapolis Raceway Park. Right now, your leader is being shown as the driver, the number 25, Jordan Berry, followed by Mike Robinson. And then it looks like Kyle Martinson. Both Berry and Robinson are on older tires, so we're going to have to see how this runs tonight. Devin, what are you expecting with the drivers with the little bit older of tires?
The only thing I can think of come out on old tires is if you were already fast and or if you really need to know what your long run car does.
Yeah, I think you're right with that, but everybody behind you with easily 20, 30 plus lap fresher tires, I think that's going to play a big dividend on how fast they are, but they're going to have to get by two really good drivers. Honestly, they have to be really good or they wouldn't have been invited to this special event.
Hey man, they could be like Dale Jr. have like the best tire savings of all time.
Well, Jordan Berry on your inside, Mike Robinson on the outside. You still got Mr. Blinking Martinson on the second row, the inside of the second row, and Trevor Edwards to the outside. And there goes, Jordan Berry. Mike Robinson doesn't even hit the gas pedal. And he's going to drop to fourth place before we even get to turn one, and that is really going to screw up Trevor Edwards.
I wonder if he's still in fourth gear. I do that sometimes.
Mr. SRX, Austin Moore, Andrew Moore, and have an issue again. The 14 and the 30 both involved. Here we go. Let's check this out. Ooh, Gary comes right down into the 14. Not a lot of damage on either driver, but both do spin out. And Jacob Drift does cut a little grass, so the caution does come out for, I think this is the 9th time tonight.
9th time?
What do they say, cautions breed cautions?
Yep. It's always after the longer runs, too.
Honestly, I don't think it helped with Mike Robinson delaying that whole outside lane. And you could be very right. He could have kept it in that fourth gear, not remembered to downshift. I also have done that quite a bit and felt like a complete idiot when everybody's passing me like they're stopped and then flipping me off as they go by. What is that, Ricky Bobby? Where you like it, I got it at Target?
Yeah.
Well, we are past halfway on lap 88. Under caution for the 9th time your race leader, Jordan Berry, who actually held his own there. Kind of assisted with a great restart. Are you kind of surprised by that? Because he got on that gas and got away. I think it really helped with the Mike Robinson machine not going, because that whole outside line, nobody was able to get to him. But he only had to worry about Kyle Martinson.
If we can get a restart like that, where like the leader just gets a good jump, we might have a good battle for the lead.
Yeah, I'd be really excited to see how long it would take for Martinson or even Berry to dispatch one of the others. But you have Evan Locke on pit road along with Jacob Drift. Gary Wells still out on the racetrack.
Yeah, Kevin and Kyle are both fast, so if any one of them can get to the leader, it might be a good battle.
That's got to be really sketchy watching that 07 blink in and out. If I remember correctly, I remember an Auto Club race a couple seasons ago in the Thunderstorm League of Racing where you had a driver that was blinking uncontrollably, and I don't know if you guys parked him, But I think you guys had him pull over since he was really messing up with the lead pack.
Yeah, I know I've been that guy a time or two where I've had to park myself.
There it is. Lights are out on the pace car. Now, him being the outside of the front row, Barry's going to have to really be careful on how much he heads up there. Because while he blinks out, can the 25 occupy that space, or will it not let him?
I wouldn't do it, because I've known to have done it before and it just spins your car out. And the guy who's blinking gets no problems.
Oh boy, that's yikes. Well, there goes the pace car once again. We're going to say goodbye to this 9th caution. 90 laps have gone by here with the Black Friday Special Interleague event, and there goes Jordan Berry. Good restart, but that 07 is right there. He's going to pull right over. I was not expecting that. I was expecting more of a fight from the 25 car.
I think he got loose and just didn't want anything to do with 3 wide in that corner.
Well, then again, that's a very smart move then. It's a very, very smart move. Not going to ruin anybody else's day. Also, might be time to come in and get tires. I'm surprised he didn't with, unlimited sets.
I think limited sets just take the strategy out of it. Oh, we got another caution.
Uh-oh. Who are we looking at here?
I'm looking. Is it 31 again?
Let's find out. Yeah, Scott Wise and Evan Locke. I think they just get a little sideways together.
They ran out of room.
Oh boy. Gary Wells, Evan Locke, and Scott Wise. Looks like Scott Wise comes down a little bit. Gary comes up a little bit. And also with Evan Locke nowhere to go. We're going to rewind that again. Go from the 62 car's point of view. They are 3 wide right there. There comes the 31 down. Hits the 62, and then Gary comes up just a tad. Minimal damage on all cars. We're going to re-rack them and get at them again. But we're going to go take another look at a couple sponsors because I need a refill. It's a Friday night. I've had a couple what I call daddy sodas. So we'll see you when we get back.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Let's get this circus on down the road. We're taking bets about a tank and gas will go.
We are back, everybody. Yep, sorry about the little screen mix-up there. I seem to have clicked a button, which did not like it. But Kyle Martinson, I don't know how you're doing it while you're driving, But thank you for the sub. Appreciate you out there. And good job leading this race. I just wish you would help us out and stop blinking because it messes up with iRacing and the overlay. But no, there's nothing you can do about it. Good luck, my friend. Thank you for subscribing to All-Star 15 TV. As there he goes again. Excellent launch. Looking a little bit further back, Andrew Moore, Presley Sora. Is the 98 going to push it underneath? There he goes. Washing up just a tad. He's going to have to worry about the 48 as well.
It's that part of the race now where everybody's searching for that line that can get them some spots early. Because everybody's going to the high side, the low side, and nothing seems to get everybody by when they're making these passing attempts.
Well, Devin, you're 100% right, but the thing is, they're searching, but we've been having caution lap after caution lap after caution lap.
I don't want to say it because it's going to be bad mojo.
Uh-oh.
We just completed lap 100, though. So
Well,
50
good.
to go.
Still looking at the 98 of Presley Sora, but looks like we got a battle for the lead. 3-car battle for the lead. Man, I love it when people subscribe to the YouTube channel. Not because, it elevates my ego. But you got Stone Cold Steve Austin clapping 2 beers together and cheering you off for a nice thank you.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
It's Stone Cold Steve Austin. He entitles everybody to stunner their boss, make millions of dollars, and drink while you're doing it. No, I'm
Michael
kidding. Don't
Robinson
actually
is
do it.
parked it for the night, but
Oh,
the 7
no.
car is still blinking.
Yeah, we can see that. Kevin Dick doing a really good job to try to get to second place. Looks like he's just taking his time, just waiting for the right moment to get by Trevor Edwards. But here's the thing. You still have to get by Trevor Edwards. Gonna go back through the
Up there,
field.
using the wall.
I'm gonna go back through the field right now with this battle with the 8-8 of Sam Maxwell, Mr. Drift King, Jacob Drift, and Gary Wells. This is for 10th place. There's a lot of damage on both the 88 and the 14. Yikes. Yowzers.
Oh, he's in the wall, but he makes it pass safely.
Gotta be careful with making it by like that, because somebody could undercut you coming off, and it could put you back in the wall very easily.
And that's probably like trying to run people tight. So if they get in the wall, you're gonna spin them right off your nose.
Oh, we got
You gotta make the
leaders
pass somehow.
in lap traffic.
Uh-oh.
Jordan Berry, who was just leading this race about a restart ago, has just gone down 1 lap.
Oh, he's got some big nose damage. I wonder if he's down some horsepower. That's not good.
That is
And he's
not
still
good
super
indeed.
loose. But Kyle will maintain the lead through all of this.
I mean, I'd find it really difficult to try to get by him, to be honest with you.
Oh, he got loose right there. He's gonna go to the 13's gonna go to the high side. Might give him some room.
Well, it also might give him a really good launch, as long as the 52 doesn't get him behind him.
Oh, there he goes. And that's because he didn't see him.
And caution out on the racetrack.
It was bound to happen.
We're going to see that again. But we're going to see it the view of the 32. Because you could not see him whatsoever. At least the 32 probably couldn't. Let's see. There's a little tap there. He's going to hit the wall and immediately blink out.
There is nothing scarier than a car spinning when you can't see him.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding, my friend.
But if you're 32, though, you got to be happy that you're finally by that guy, right?
Yeah, but I think the way you got by him unfortunately sucked.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to wreck anybody out, but you can't help it if you literally cannot see him.
He raced him clean for a long time. We got to give him credit for that, where credit's due.
Over, what, 20, 30 laps? Very clean, very considerate, you know. Sees the guy's having an issue, but unfortunately, when something like that happens, it ends up with a wrecked race car. But here comes the 03. I think that's Brayton Laster. Maybe I'm wrong here. Yeah, Brayton Laster. Ha! I did have one right. Mr. Pizza Man himself. Oh, his tires are spinning like hell. Now, I hope to see Brayton in an ARCA car or a truck with the NASCAR Cup Series, with NASCAR next year. It was fun to see what he did, especially around Knoxville. The race, Jessica Friesen took a hell of a tumble. He drove right along by.
Oh yeah, I saw that incident. It was crazy. I wish they showed it on TV just a little bit better.
Yeah, no kidding. You know, I thought NBC was the one with the cruddy camera angles. Apparently, it's both of them now.
Hey man, it's like a contagious disease.
No kidding. So let's run through your top 10 as they stand. Your first place car is Mr. Trevor Edwards. Second place, it is Presley Sora. Third goes to Kevin Dick right now. Gerald Newton, he's going to be in fourth. Fifth is Andrew Moore Jr. Sixth to Jim Thorndike. Seventh goes to Jason Branch. Gary Wells bouncing back after all his issues to be in the eighth position. Ninth, Sam Maxwell. And then Marco Evans doing a really good job with a wrecked bucket of truck. Or wrecked bucket of super late model in 10th. Doing a really good job to keep it there. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Devin. With this being more of a short track, you really don't need all that aero stuff. So, a little bump here, a little bang there, a little cave in here doesn't necessarily really hurt the vehicle aerodynamically.
No, it doesn't hurt it too bad. Not at these short tracks where we're gritting back up. But there's one thing I know for certain, is I want my nose to be as clean as possible for the radiator, so I just don't overheat.
Oh, there he goes. Trevor Edwards with a hole shot out of turn 4 and into turn 1. Holy Mosley.
What?
It was a hell of a hole shot coming out of the turn. And down the front stretch. Biggest battle right now is for this 9th position. Two teammates out of the HSR camp. And Gary Wells looks like to be a little triumphant there for the time being. Going back a little bit further, Evan Locke looking to rebound now. Now he's trying to get by Marco Evans. Ooh, came up the racetrack just a little bit, maybe a little tag.
There's definitely a tag right there.
Marco in the wall. Marco hard in the wall. He's going to get passed by several cars.
And, oh no, 25 spun around.
Are we going to see a yellow flag here? Here come the leaders.
He's going to throw it now.
Well, he's off the racetrack. But unfortunately, he's going to go a lap down. I'm surprised they did not call a yellow there.
iRacing is weird in mysterious ways.
It sounds like iRacing is a little more inconsistent than NASCAR.
I know, right? They coded it right the first time.
It took me a little second to realize what you said.
Oh, we got somebody loose for second.
That looks like one hell of a battle for second. Presley Sora, Kevin Dick. Side by side, right behind them, it's Andrew Moore and Gerald Newtony. And the yellow flag is finally out on the racetrack. Uh-oh. Looks like an issue with the number 30.
He just do some ballerina spins.
Oh, he's going to get tagged by Evan Locke. Not hard contact, just enough to get him around and immediately going the right way.
Yeah, it was a harmless little spin.
Da 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 da.
No damage, but we got unlimited tires. We got about almost a little over 25 laps to go. No harm, no foul in getting some tires right here. But just start thinking, with how hard it's been to pass, if I'm the leader, I might just get the rest of the race.
Well, honestly, depending on where you are in the running order, I would 100% come get new tires. I'd come get them. Especially if you're Trevor Edwards and you're on tires that you last pit on lap 80. But that's just me. Devin, what would you do in this? Would you come get fresh tires?
If I'm up front, my bet is made. The pit is at home, and I will see you either at the victory lane or at my house with a beer. Checkers or wreckers, man. But hopefully checkers.
Especially if you're in need of that iRacing 1-year subscription, which the winner does get. That is big for some people. Because what is that?
I would love
what does that run you?
a year of iRacing.
Is that over $100?
Yeah, it's $100 a year, roughly. There's currently a sale right now for 25% off for your renewal, or 50% off.
Well, that would be really nice. Wish I knew that a couple months ago that would come up. But I think it comes.
It's Black Friday, man.
I think it comes up every year, so that's my own bad. Whoopsies!
Yeah, I get 2-year renewals because I know I don't want to have to deal with it for a couple years.
Well, that's also good that you know you're going to be sticking around with it that long. For all I know, my computer can break tomorrow.
Hey, if my computer breaks tomorrow, I have time to fix it, right?
Well, yeah, but then you're just burning money away because you're not using it.
Hey, man, I have fun broadcasting, I have fun spotting, I have fun racing.
Dude,
I got my money's worth.
Broadcasting's more fun than racing for me. Mostly because I suck at racing, but that's besides the point. I'm really good in a modified. I will say that. You throw me in a Tour modified or an SK modified, I can hold my own. Anything bigger than that. Actually, a Legends car I'm pretty good at too. Only on asphalt though. I can hold my own. Anything bigger than that or on dirt or a road course, it's literally like you just gave the keys to a 2-year-old and said, drive. But here we go, coming the 25 laps to go. Putting our 12th caution to bed, and there goes Edwards. Goodbye. He says sayonara. Into turn 1, no contest. Battle is for second place like it's always been on every restart. You got Dick in the 52, out of turn 2, into turn 3, trying to get by Presley Sora in second. Right on the exit is where he's gaining. They are side by side as you see on your screen. Oh, the 98 a little squirrely. Oh dear.
I think you got the best run I've seen all night on the bottom for that first time by. He's still side by side going into 3.
But it was
Let's
a
see if he
great
can do it
launch
again and
out
finally
of the
clear
turn.
him.
Great launch out of the turn, like you mentioned. He's using the apron.
Can't quite clear him. They're still side by side. The tin's just back here held up.
Well, I don't know if they got anything for Trevor Edwards. He just put the fastest lap of the race down. That lap was a 21:58 and then backed it up with a 21:59. He's pulling away. Oh, we're having a wreck. Jim Thorndike. I heard the tires screeching from a mile away. Does he just get in there hard? Or on... Oh, let's find out here. Getting into turn 1.
Oh, he got net coated.
He got hit by the 48, and you said net coated?
Yeah, there was at least like 2 tires of gap between the two of them.
Yeah, you could see that. Oh, and a lot of rear end damage. Oh dear. Well, that could be hazardous to the rear axle and the rear end. He's gonna come down pit road. Evan Locke, Gary Wells, and Scott Wise all gonna come down pit road. I think your lucky dog, most likely, let's see, is going to be Kyle Martinson, who is many laps down.
Hey, at least it's not the NASCAR's transaxle in the back. It's basically like having a whole motor back there.
Well, I think this is going to be the final time we do it tonight, but we're going to go to commercial, and when we return, it's going to be the end of the Black Friday Interleague Special event.
Let's get this circus on down the road. We're taking bets about a tank and gas will go.
Welcome back to Indianapolis Raceway Park. We are just about gonna get going once again with 16 laps remaining. And right now your leader is Edwards, Asora to the outside, and there he goes. Excellent launch into turn 4 and to the line. Battle's actually here for third. You have Kevin, Dick. Oh, they're scattering behind him. And the yellow flag is out once again. Evan Locke, Jacob Drift.
Sam Maxwell almost flipped over.
Oh, Laster. Oh, boy. Oh, he didn't quite flip over. He almost... Oh, wait, there he goes. Oh, boy. Sam Maxwell. Sorry, buddy. We got to do it for you. Gonna see it here on your screen. Oh.
Yep, I'm flying through the air. This is not good.
It stinks, because the more caution laps we have, the more attempts that Trevor Edwards has to get a hell of a restart.
All it takes is one time spinning the tires and you can lose everything.
And how hard are restarts in these super late models? I know we're almost towards the end of this, but how difficult are restarts with how much power these super late models actually have, Devin?
On the straightaway, it's not too hard, but where they're starting to take these launches in the corners, if you take it too soon, you end up sliding into the corner because you're going too fast. If you take it too late, they're going to be on your outside. So you got to perfectly time it first of all, but just got to time it so that you're not wrecking yourself in the process. Like, I've spun the tires here a couple of times in practice. It's really easy to do.
I can spin the tires in anything you give me, and that is 100% a talent for me.
It's called a burnout, man. It's victory stuff.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet. I've crew chief somebody to a victory, shout out Zachary Taylor, but never done one myself.
You know Zachary Taylor's a president, right?
Is it a what now? What, where?
Zachary Taylor's a president.
I'm not talking about the president, as my brain just literally said AJEXE has stopped working.
My bad.
No, it's 100% your bad. How dare you make my brain work? It's bad enough I have to deal with that at work. Shouldn't have to come home and deal with that too, Devin. Oh man, I can't wait for Wednesday night.
Oh yeah, Wednesday night should be very fun. We're at Chicagoland.
Yeah, it stinks that NASCAR doesn't go there anymore. And you guys have had an amazing turnout every race, every single race. And I can't give you guys enough credit. Whether, you know, Ryan Vargas or Hermie Sadler or Childhouse is there, you know, if they're there or not, you guys are easily putting 25 to 30 cars in a field.
Yeah, it makes for some really good racing. There's a lot of competition, and I very much enjoyed it. Oh,
myself, Gary Wells, Peyton Sweet when he's there. I think we had Simon Grills one week. It's always a lot of fun calling your races because it's not just one driver that wins every single week. A lot of times they do dominate, but they don't win. But here we go, coming to 10 laps to go, the final 10. Green flag in the air. Oh, Sora a little loose coming out of turn 4. He's going to have to deal with Kevin Dick. Pay window is starting to open.
If you're Presley or anyone looking for this win, you got 10 laps to do it.
Well, here's the thing. Second place gets you diddly squat.
How much does it mean to you? What are you willing to do?
Well, let's just say, if you have the money, you'll be fine. If you don't have the money, you're probably going to wreck somebody to get it. What did Tony Stewart used to say? I'd wreck my mother to win a race?
Well, I believe it.
Well, especially with him. Oh! Save it! And a caution does come out. Gerald Newtney with a spin coming out of turn 4. That's going to put us under caution again as Trevor Edwards is getting even faster now. With contact.
98 also had a spin that Gary Wells got involved in at the last second.
Ooh, how hard? How? Oh. Oh, and there's a lot of damage on that 30 now. Yeah, there's a lot there. You see him trying to go either way to miss that. Well, knowing Gary very well, I can safely say he is probably madder than a hippo with a hernia right now. If anybody gets that, it's a Lion King reference, and kudos to you.
Oh yeah, I remember. That was one of my favorite movies growing up as a kid.
Still one of mine, thank you very much.
What that did remind me of, though, that incident, though, was very much like Kyle Busch and Dale Jr. Just, eventually running out of, patience. We don't have too many laps left to decide this winner, but we're coming.
What was that, Richmond?
Really close to the end. Yeah, it was Richmond. Kyle Busch didn't even win because of it.
I think they recently just talked about that in the Dale Jr. download. When
they did. It's good. Good listen.
Is it a good listen?
It is.
I gotta get back into listening to those.
Well, first, listen to nerds doing nerd things, then listen to Dale Jr. download.
Yeah, especially because Tuesday we start our Christmas series. I think the first one we're doing is Christmas Vacation, National Lampoons. If you haven't watched it, it's absolutely hilarious.
It will be on my bucket list.
It's Chevy, yeah, bucket list. You have plenty of years to watch it then. It's Chevy Chase. I think it came out in the late, I don't know, I want to say 80s, but it still could be 90s. I don't know. There's a wonderful thing called Google.
I got you, buddy.
Oh my god. I typed in National 1989. I was actually really close. Huh. Wow, I'm actually really shocked that I was almost dead on with that. Pat on the back, pat on the back, pat on the back.
So AJ, looks like you're gonna have a green-white, like a regulation green-white checker. And do you think anyone has anything for this 32?
Well, I'm not taking pot shots at the 28, but if the 28 jacks up to 32, it's a whole new ball game.
I mean, the pay window's open. I don't see why not.
No kidding.
I wouldn't do it.
As Brayton Laster tries to jump the wall, once again coming out of turn 4 under caution. So did you happen to find out if there were green-white checkers at all?
I did not, but I don't think there is any. So this could very well just be our last green flag laps.
Yeah, this would be it if there are no green-white checkers. And honestly, I think that's what the 32's hoping for.
28's getting Nancy.
Oh! And there goes the 32. He gone. And the yellow flag is out.
We have 2 green-white checkers. We do find out.
What was that? What caused all of that? Oh, the 98. Presley Sora. I'm surprised they called it for that after the other ones that they didn't call it for.
iRacing is strange.
No kidding, my friend. No kidding. iRacing is very strange. Thank you to the 11 watching here in YouTube land. I appreciate every single one of you for taking the time out of your Friday evening to come hang out with myself and Devin Mosley. If you haven't yet, please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. It helps us out to put us more towards the forefront of YouTube when it comes to somebody typing in NASCAR, iRacing, eNASCAR, or any sort of motorsports. It helps us push All-Star 15 TV. We appreciate, again, you being here, and thank you to all our channel partners that are going to pop up on your screen momentarily. The Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast. New episodes out every Tuesday. Last week we talked about Moon Knight. Next week we talk about National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Wrestling over everything. If you're into any sort of wrestling, WWE, TNA, or what have you. Great conversations there. Drinking Bros Auto Racing, talking about all things motorsports. And Hutch Paints, making liveries like a Motro. Awesome liveries. I might be a little biased here, but I think he did a hell of a job. Wait, the Gary Wells machine, not just because Nerds Doing Nerd Things are on there or All-Star 15 TV. That is just one sexy looking race car.
Yeah, he does make good paint schemes. I made a paint scheme for Nerds Doing Nerd Things once, but I still like this one a lot better.
Well, that's because a professional made this one. I'm kidding.
Hey man, I got paid for my work.
Why, who else bought it?
Hey, I actually made paint schemes for at least 20 other people. It actually is a lot of fun making paint schemes for people, but I just decided to step back because it's more fun to do it for yourself. So
yeah, I 100% agree to that. You get to race your own paint instead of getting beat by it.
Oh yeah.
Lights are off on the pit. Nope, we're gonna go one more lap. I think we got the 2 to go mark.
I think someone accidentally made the pace car go a little bit longer. I'm not sure.
Oh noes. Well, let's run through your top 10 for this first green-white checkered. There's Trevor Edwards right now running in first. I think he's led the most laps here tonight. Second, Andrew Moore. Third, Jason Branch. Fourth, Jordan Berry. Fifth, Gavin Newton. Sixth right now, it is Evan Locke. Seventh, Marco Evans doing a really good job. Our biggest mover of the race so far, up 12 positions. Jacob Drift in the 8th position. 9th, it is Kevin Dick and Jim Thorndike rounding out your top 10. Honestly, Devin, I don't think anybody has anything for Trevor Edwards. I really don't. He's been on the ball, on the money all night tonight.
Well, he has at least one more restart to perfect. Get that checkered flag.
Yeah, I don't think we're done wrecking here. I don't think we're done wrecking at all as they're going through 3 and 4. And there's the loud pedal right on Trevor Edwards. Heading back to the line. Everybody looks to be still straight into turn number 1. That 32 is gone. Oh, I hear Gerald Newtony with an issue, and that's going to bring out the caution once again. Look at that 8 car, top of your screen. There he is coming out of turn 4 to get the green, and then into turn number 1. Oh, Brayton Laster into the back of him, and spins him right around.
Yeah, the 8 and the 03 had a meet in the middle.
Looks like they did, and this is going to be it. All for the marbles now.
Well, if you're up front, your bet is made. If you're in the back, you're open for a miracle.
Well, if you're in the back, and there is no way anybody can get by you, why not come down and get fresh tires? That's my thought.
I do feel like this. It is almost fair that 32 is the leader for this final restart, and that if he wins it, he's completely deserved it.
I think he's completely deserved it anyway.
Oh, yeah.
I think we could have went green that last time and it'd be perfectly fine. But I think now that, it's really pay window open and there are multiple drivers within this top 5 that really have a shot at getting it, it can get really dicey.
I don't know if you saw what happened under yellow, but the 28 and the 10 might have some unresolved beef to squash after
Yeah.
this race is over.
Yeah, I saw that. Right on camera, so everybody saw that.
Well, let's hope Third Dudes doesn't get involved. I would be very upset if I got involved in that.
Oh, I would be madder than a little kid eating hot wings. When you didn't tell him it was hot wings. And I'm not saying I've done that before, but my brother's face was hilarious. My dad didn't
Like the
think
hot
so.
wing challenge.
No, I want to do the one chip challenge and just drop that one chip in a bag of Cheetos.
Oh no,
Or
you're evil.
Doritos. I've been called worse, Devin.
I remember my friend did the one chip challenge. I could smell that across the room.
I've watched people do it. That was a one night on TikTok that I could not stop watching those videos. Like, I was like mesmerized. I was like people's reaction to just like the little like pinky dip of powder on their tongue.
There isn't enough milk in the world to save you from eating the entire chip.
Well, I'm lactose intolerant, so I gotta stay away from that anyway. So I'm probably up Poops Creek without a paddle.
I hear you, buddy.
I love dairy. Dairy don't love me.
Oh yeah, I love ice cream.
Ice cream.
One final restart. Let's get after it.
Ding, ding, ding. Following contest is scheduled for a green-white checkered attempt. He gone. He said, bye, Felicia. Oh, and there goes the 10. And that is going to give Trevor Edwards the win here tonight.
He will take the wrestling over everything, white flag under the yellow, and win this race.
And there's the final lap. Unfortunately, it had to end under yellow. We'll go back and take a look at that momentarily. But I think the 28 and the 10 got into it. And I think you mentioned that under caution just moments before that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to some post-race activities. Something's definitely going to have to go down after.
And coming to the checkered, Trevor Edwards is going to win that iRacing 1-year subscription. So yeah, let's go back and see that.
He just moved the 10 on down.
I'm going to take a look at it here. Oh, wow. There was no making the corner for the 10.
You know what I personally feel sorry for? That 52 car. He just got the worst of all of it and was just an innocent bystander.
Wow. Jason Branch. Like, Andrew Moore, I don't think was doing anything wrong there. And Branch was just straight coming down the racetrack. Do you see that differently than I do, or do you see that the same way?
That's how I saw it.
Wow. Well, let's see. Do we have Mr. Edwards in any of these chats? I don't believe so. Oh, there he is. I'm gonna pull him real fast. Hopefully he's not mid-conversation. Hey, Trevor Edwards, sorry to pull you. Hopefully not mid-conversation. Congratulations on winning the race tonight and the 1-year subscription to iRacing.
Thanks, man. Thanks for broadcasting it. I can't wait to go back and watch it.
Oh, it was absolutely a lot of fun. Unfortunately, we had to use up all 2 green-white checkers to do it, but man, you were nailing every restart pretty much to the moon and back. How difficult are restarts with these super late model cars?
When you're the leader here, it's a huge advantage. It usually is worth about 4/10 to half a second by the time you get to one if you do it right. So just making sure that I would change them up just a little bit here and there and make sure I got at least a little bit of advantage for the green flag run that we would have, hopefully.
Well, I just can't congratulate you enough because I know how important a year subscription is. You don't have to worry about it at all. Now, with this, what league do you represent, and how often and how long have you raced with them?
The Sim-Auto Racing Association, it's one of the top tier super late model open setup leagues. I've been running with them since I think 2017, I believe, or 2016. So quite a while. It's about the only league that I do run, and pretty much the only reason I still have iRacing, if we're gonna be honest.
Well, brother, you got any sponsors on that 32 you want to plug? And we'll let you go celebrate and party hardy for this Black Friday special.
Yeah, I just gotta thank Maconi Setup Shop. I build the super late models and modified stuff over there, and this one's pretty dang good, I guess. Rocket's iRacing Ramps for making the car look really good. Give me that Cadillac because they drove like Cadillac tonight, and then everybody at the shop.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was a Cadillac.
Yeah, it's a team issue. Only people that can run it, that exact one, are people that are on our team. So it's kind of a exclusive thing, which is kind of cool for us.
Yeah,
Well, it looked good on the track.
That is awesome, my friend. Devin, do you have anything for Trevor before we let him go?
No, he answered my question before I asked it. I just want to know what kind of car that was. He told me it was Cadillac, so I'm all set.
All right, Trevor, congratulations once again. Hopefully we get to see you next year to come back and win the 4th annual Black Friday Interleague Special.
Yeah, I'll definitely keep an eye out in the Discord and see what's going on and when it's going on, and I'll try to make my return, hopefully.
All right, brother. Catch you later.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. That was your winner, the driver number 32, Trevor Edwards, winning that 1-year iRacing subscription. Devin Mosley up in the broadcast booth. Final thoughts before we let you go enjoy your weekend now.
Besides, like those 2 last green white checkered cautions, it actually was a really decent race. It was decent late model racing up front. We actually had a good battle for the lead for the majority of that race. It was just a shame that the 07 got caught in mid-blink and got spun out for that. But we had good racing up front. I enjoy watching late model racing because it is very, very good form of motorsports. We had a good race tonight at IRP. It actually was a good race. So I'm just looking forward to seeing what happens next year and any other races that these guys put on.
Yeah, I hopefully get brought back for a lot of these specials that this interleague event, Discord racing group, Scott Wise, Lauren Wise, all put on, because this was a lot of fun, and I gotta thank them for bringing All-Star 15 and myself on with it. But everybody at home in the YouTube land, thank you for tuning in. Check out all the channel sponsors in the description below. Tell them All-Star 15 sent you. And yeah, hopefully you had a nice Thanksgiving, and we will see you Monday for the Extreme Forces Racing League, starting at 9:15 at night right here on All-Star 15 TV. Devin, thank you for coming hanging out with me.
Thank you for having me.
Catch you later, everybody. Trevor Edwards is the winner tonight, wins the iRacing 1-year subscription. And we're going to let it just sit in right there that's it. Only one winner. Nobody else gets anything, and there were 20 drivers. But thank you to all our sponsors, and catch you all on the next broadcast.
Let's get this circus on down the road. We're taking bets about a tank and gas.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.